1 hour of mat Pilates. I am so excited. Definitely feeling like I need to move some emotion, some energy out tonight. So this class is going to be a more intermediate format. I'm going to be sort of threading in the EEs with the mat Pilates exercises. And we should be really feeling a lot of the core work today. You know, it's a lot about stability and creating the deep awareness and precision and control through the core, through the sort of powerhouse. That's what they call it in Pilates. Powerhouse is your strength, your sort of where all your focus goes into. Okay, so no props. We'll go ahead and just start in seated. And I do recommend to elevate the hips if you notice that your pelvis is in more of a posterior. So, you know, if you take your hand to your sacrum and just notice the position of the sacrum, you want it to be more vertical, more up and down. But if you notice that your fingertips are sort of digging forward, okay, that's a posterior tilt. Just look out for that. Make sure that you're fixing that with some kind of elevation, sitting on a bolster, block, pillow, something to support you. Okay. So before we start movement, let's go into breath. Closing your eyes if you feel comfortable, and then taking your hands to your side ribs. As you inhale, expand down your back ribs. Exhale, closing the ribs. Inhale, expand out. Exhale, bringing it in. Inhale, expand. Exhale. Good, continue that breath. You're just feeling awareness in your rib cage, especially in your back ribs. That's so important to create some more awareness, some room for movement. There's little muscles in between each rib, the intercostals. We want to stretch them out, kind of release them a bit. You exhale through a slight opening of your mouth. One more time, inhale, expand into the lateral edges of your ribs. As you exhale, engaging your pelvic floor, lifting away from the floor. Inhale, expand. And exhale, co-contract. Lift your pelvic floor. So pelvic floor is right between the sitting bones. It's a diamond shape. Imagine that diamond of your sitting bones from your pubic bone to tailbone, that whole diamond there is sort of lifting up like a circus tent. So you have this deep inner body, all these deeper muscles within the pelvic bowl, within your core, your midsection, right? There's a lot more going on there. And when you can tune in to that area, you can start to access more movement, more muscle, more work, more energy. So just start to tune in, become more receptive to your body. They say that we live from the neck up. I'm inviting you to live from the neck down in this class, just a short receptive practice, movement practice, just to try and notice the weight of your sitting bones, the weight of your pelvis, your hips. One more time, really feel the depth of your breath down into your pelvic floor. And as you exhale, lift from your pelvic floor. All right, and then release your hands, making sure to check in with your posture. You've got your sitting bones rooting down, grounding. Your sacrum is weighted. You're lengthening up through a neutral spine, so your back ribs are just nicely stacked over your pelvis. Your shoulder blades are draping down your back, and add a little engagement of your shoulder blades reaching down and wide. So we call this anchoring. When you feel that sort of suctioning of the shoulder blades. And that creates some broadening through your collarbones. And then lengthen from the back of your neck, lifting the back of your head away from your sacrum. So really focusing on your back body, even though it's in space, it's in air, you can really tune in to what it feels like to hold your body in space. All right, so we'll start with some arm movements here. Gently blink your eyes open if they're closed. And we'll start with some rotating arms. So starting with one arm at a time, take your left arm up and keep it in your scapular plane. And then from here, we're just going to rotate one thumb down. Feel what's happening in the shoulder blade. I should really cue it from the shoulder blade. Move the shoulder blade forward and then rotate the pinky. And then reach the shoulder blade down as you bring the thumb down. So see if you can start the movement from your upper back. Your arms actually begin in your upper back, your scapula. So start from the spine and then radiate out from the shoulder blade through the arm to the fingers last. Just feeling like it's a sort of a rotation from the shoulder head. So as you're rotating internally, the thumb will go down. And as the shoulder head rotates externally, it rolls the thumb back. And you'll probably already notice it's pretty easy to do internal rotation because we already do a lot of that. It's a little more challenging to do external rotation. So just play with that one more time. From the shoulder socket. And then out through the fingers. Good. And then let that arm down. Take the right arm up. Bring it into your scapular plane. So scapular plane is not out to the side and it's not forward. It's right in the middle, sort of. Kind of where the shoulder blade likes to feel snug. And then start with an internal rotation. So the shoulder rotates down and forward. And then external rotation, reaching it back. So if you could imagine, like, trying to think like a bar, like maybe a towel bar, that's what's on my mind right now. And I'm sort of spinning it back, that's external rotation. And then when I'm spinning it forward, that's internal. So it's important to remember this because when your arm is in a different position, like when it's above you or by your ear, it might be a little more tricky to know which direction is internal and external. So I hope that you can see with my hand here showing you the way the rotation works. Start from the shoulder, and then it sort of moves through the whole arm, okay? And the reason why I keep talking about this is because what I notice sometimes is people will use just their arm, their hand, and they won't actually be working from the shoulder socket. So if you're really going deep into the shoulder socket, you're going to feel the scapula slide. You're going to feel some little soreness happening, and that's a good thing. That means you're getting deep into the muscles, fibers. All right, one more time. Just explore your range. Awesome. Now we'll go into a seated spine twist, and definitely want to have your knees bent for this, and heels are pressing down. So, you know, staying on your bolster if you're sitting on it and sitting on one. Bending the knees, reach the heels down. That way you almost are like dragging, it feels almost like you're dragging them back, and you're firing up your hamstrings when you do that. It's a really nice way to isolate the back of the legs, even when we're not really moving the legs, right? And what I'm making sure is that I'm rooting my sit bones straight down, okay? So I'm not going into a posterior tilt. I've got a nice tall vertical sacrum here. Yeah, we're not doing any curling of the tail. We're keeping the pelvis nice and neutral. Okay, so for our spine twist to start, we'll just do this with the arms on the ground. Inhale, long spine first. Exhale, twist over to the left. Now you're just taking the hands over. This is sort of the warm-up. We want to feel the spine and what it's doing here. As you inhale, grow tall from the back of your spine. Exhale, start to twist from your heart, turning your heart, the upper ribs. Keep your legs the same. Inhale, reach the sit bones down, reach the back of your cranium up. Exhale, rotate. Inhale, lengthen one more time. Keep the body one line. Exhale, rotate as you squeeze from your obliques and your transverse. Okay, come into center as you inhale. And then as you exhale, rotate the other way. Take your hands with you. Inhale, find the sit bones reaching down, lengthen the back of the spine. Now notice the front ribs. If they're moving forward, keep them pulling in and up. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, turn the heart. Getting a nice activation from the deep core. All right, come into center. We're going to now do this with the arms up into the full version. So arms are in scapular plane, and therefore I see them sort of in my peripheral vision. Keep the sit bones heavy and weighted. Inhale, lengthen the back of your spine. Exhale, rotate to the left. And we'll be here for a little bit, so you don't have to go to your fullest expression right away. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Rotate from the top of the heart, shining from the collarbones. Inhale, grow tall. Keep those sit bones weighted. Exhale, twist a little further. You can add your gaze over your shoulder. And then inhale, turn your gaze forward and rotate to center. All right, check in with those sit bones. Keep them heavy. Inhale, lift up from the pelvic floor. Exhale, twist to the right. Now the arms don't change. The arms are staying where they are. We're rotating from the ribs, the top of the ribs and the heart. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, rotate the heart. So we're really focusing on where the work is happening. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, co-contract, twist a little deeper. Feel that co-contraction is helping you go further and add the gaze. And then turn your gaze forward and come into center. Beautiful. You can take a moment. If you need to shake out the legs, this is a good time to do it. So that was our spinal twist. We'll do a version called saw, which is similar, but we are going to be adding more of a rolling of the spine, a reaching of the arm, and then we do a little pulse, okay? So it's really nice because we get that deep flexion, we get the cross of the midline, which is really nice at accessing the diagonals of the body. Okay, so find your sitting bones again, weighting them down. Always making sure we're keeping the awareness of our pelvis when we're seated. Remember that we live from the neck up. I want you to live from the neck down. Heart, ribs, core, pelvis. That's where we are really working from in all this movement. So find your seat, keep your knees bent, drive your heels down into the earth. So you're keeping the back of your legs activated, stabilizing. And I'm working pretty hard just to hold my hips here, because if I wasn't using my core, I would totally be dumping. Yeah, this is not a very relaxing seat. This is a very challenging seat. But it's teaching your body how to hold itself up in a really strong way. Okay, let's take the arms into our scapular plane and anchor the shoulder blades. Feel them pressing down and wide. Inhale first, lengthening. Exhale, twist to the left. Now you're going to take the arms into opposite direction, crossing with the outside arm. And then from the nose, you want to nod the nose down, pull the sternum back, rounding, and then keep the sit bones where they are. Here we go. We pulse forward, forward as you're sawing off your toe, and then undulate up the spine. Okay, come into center. So I know that was a little more coordination. We'll go slower. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, twist to the right as you take the outside arm back. And then inhale, grow tall. Nod your nose down. And then reach your sternum back like a cat back as you reach forward past your pinky toe. And then double pulse. Saw, saw. Inhale, articulate up the spine, arms into the scapular plane. We'll continue the saw position. Exhale to twist to left. Take the outside arm back. Inhale, nod your nose, pull the sternum back. Exhale, saw, saw. Inhale, undulate up your spine, come to center. Exhale, rotate to the right. Take the outside arm back. Inhale, nod your nose, pull the sternum. Find your core as you exhale, saw, saw. Inhale, up to center. I want to talk a little deeper. Think about a wave lifting your abdominal wall up through the sternum, through the throat when you go into your curl. Okay, exhale, twist. Inhale, nose nods down. Find your wave, co-contracting up through the neck. Exhale, saw, saw. Inhale, undulate up to center, arms to scapular plane. Exhale, twist, outside arm back. Inhale, nod the nose, wave, lifting your abdominal wall up your throat. Exhale, saw, saw. Inhale, come on up to center. Beautiful. You can go ahead and relax. Feel free again to shake out those legs. Okay. Now we can come down to our backs. Yay, right? Okay, before we come all the way down, I want to show you a really controlled way to do that. Your feet are going to stay flat. There's about the weight distance of your hand, your fist. Reach and root down through the feet. Your heels are heavy. And then your hands behind the back of your legs. As you inhale, first grow tall. Exhale, curl your tail under into north as you start to pull up the abdominal wall through the wave, up through the front of your throat. And then your arms are straight. Good. Take an inhale first and exhale, come all the way down. Good. So really nice and controlled, right? All right, we're on our back. Let's go and check with our anchor points. So we have our heels down. They're either underneath your knees or they're a little forward, just wherever they feel most comfortable. And then your pelvis is rooting, your sacrum is heavy, the back of your ribs are grounding. Okay, we don't have a big arch in our back. And your scapula are reaching down and wide. So you've got an anchoring, a little suctioning happening. And then the back of your head is nice and heavy, okay? So we'll start with knee sways. Bring your feet and knees together. Keep your legs together as if they are one unit. They're one piece. They work together. From this, we're taking the knees a little bit, and I just say a little because they're not going to touch the floor. It's more controlled. We want to bring the knees over to the point where the ribs can stay connected to the floor. So if you need to put your hands on your ribs, like me, you can do that as well, because it's a really nice tactile cue. Okay, so you inhale, lengthen from the back of your spine, connecting to the mat. Exhale, sway your knees to the left. Keep the right side of the ribs where they are. And exhale, draw the right hip down using your obliques. Inhale, knees sway right. Keep the legs, knees together, the left ribs down. Exhale, squeeze from the obliques. Inhale to the left. Exhale, squeeze down. Inhale right. Exhale, draw it down. So you can continue with your breath and just really tune in to the position of your ribs. You're keeping so much awareness of how you're moving your deep inner body. This is not a big movement. Mat Pilates is a very mindful practice. And Joseph Pilates really believes in the principles of Pilates as a way to transform not just your body, but your mind. It's almost like a meditation. We're not just really moving the body, we're embodying, we're integrating, we're realizing our deeper strength. Can you feel what's happening from the lower pelvic floor? You want to feel the pelvic floor co-contract, pulling in as you bring the hips into center. Okay, one more time on each side. Okay, finding your center. Now from this, we take one knee, left knee, into the chest. And you can give your hands, take your hands on the shin, give it a gentle pull. And then we switch, take the hands to the right side. Keep the right hip drawing forward to lengthen. All right, take your feet down. All right, so this is sort of what we did in the saw. I use the same cues, and I just want us to do it now in this supine position. So first, nod your nose down, okay? And then start to sink your sternum down so that your head comes off the ground. And there's this work that is happening to keep the sternum down and heavy, right? There's sort of a spreading that happens in the chest. Take one more inhale here. And exhale, come on down. We'll do that a couple more times. Inhale, nod your nose. Exhale, draw your sternum back between your shoulder blades. So you're really feeling that co-contraction, lifting like a wave. And exhale to come down. Inhale, nod your nose. Exhale, draw your sternum back between your shoulder blades. Take an inhale to grow long through the back of your spine. Exhale, co-contract from the pelvic floor, pulling up this abdominal wall through the front of your spine, sternum, and throat. One more inhale. And exhale, roll it down. All right. So that was a nice little primer to this core exercise, which is called crisscross. We'll take the hands behind the neck and then bring it up to cushion the back of the base of the head, the cranium. Bring your elbows into your peripheral, so you're feeling like your hands are just supporting, not pulling. Inhale, nod your nose. Exhale, sink your sternum. Good, so you've arrived. And then we'll take the knees above the hips. Inhale, tabletop the legs, point the toes. Okay, so this is crisscross. We're going to take opposite shoulder towards opposite hip. Take the other leg and reach it forward, or you can be tapping the ground. Okay, your choice. Inhale, switch the legs. Exhale, curl across, shoulder to opposite hip. Inhale, switch. Exhale, curl. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, we'll go a little faster. Exhale, switch. Inhale. Exhale, switch. Inhale. Exhale, switch. So I'm really thinking about the diagonal here from my shoulder reaching through my trunk to the opposite hip. Bringing the shoulder blade off the mat. Every inhale, think about lengthening from your spine. Exhale, pelvic floor co-contracts, giving you even more control of your stability. So this is one of those moves that you typically will see in classes where they go pretty fast. And I just have to say that there is no really reward for going fast. You want to really feel the control. That's the reward. To be able to feel those deep, deep core muscles. Last 4. 3. How's that co-contraction? 2. And 1. Really good work. Go ahead and come on down. Take a moment. If you need to sway, you can rock side to side. All right, so we'll do some knee stirs real quick. Take your left hand on your left knee. Stir your leg, your hip joints. So it's really rooting down the thigh bone, the femur. Switch direction. And then switching direction, switching the leg, right hand on right knee. And then switch direction, circle. Okay. So from here, you're going to just take your hands behind your legs and then sort of rock and roll up and down your spine. Play with this rocking. See if you can hover your feet for a moment, just using your core. Okay, cool. Bring your feet down. And then your feet are the same distance as before, where your fist is between. The weight of your heels nice and heavy. And then you've got your abdominal wall really lifting from the pubic bone, from the front of your spine. Okay? Your hands go together in between your thighs. You want to imagine that this is like your Gertie ball. You're squeezing the Gertie ball between your thighs. Inhale, lengthen nice and tall. Exhale, nod your nose, pull your sternum back. Remember those cues? And then reach into north, tilt as you curl. So it's that wave that I keep saying. I think of it as a nice big wave, and that creates the C curve, the famous Pilates position. Take an inhale, lift from the pubic bone up through that wave to your throat. Exhale, hinge from your hips to bring yourself forward, and then inhale, undulate up your spine with control. And we'll repeat that. Exhale, curl from the tailbone. Inhale, nod your nose and reach your sternum back, creating your C curve. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, co-contract. Feel the abdominal wall tighten even more. One more inhale. Exhale, hinge from your hips. And inhale, lengthen up the front of your spine. Okay, we'll do that one more time. I want you to feel what it's like to hold yourself, because we are going to add a movement where you have to hold that same position. Inhale, nice and long. Exhale to north and nod the nose. Pull your sternum back. Find that gorgeous C curve, and remember what this feels like to hold your own body in space using your core only. One more inhale. Feel the length of your spine. Exhale, co-contract. Feel your abdominal wall. And hinge forward. Inhale, nice and tall. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and move it right into seal. You're taking your hands to the outsides of your ankles. And you're going to find that curve. So the legs are the only thing that's different. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, curl to north, nod the nose, pull the sternum back. And notice now your arms are straight. You're not going to change the arms. So keep the tension of your arms on your feet, and your core is shaped like a wave. Okay? This is the move. We take an inhale to rock back, exhale to rock forward. Feet do not touch the floor. And we then do a little added movement, which we'll add in a second. So inhale, rocking back. Exhale, coming forward. Inhale back. Exhale forward. I'm staying in that C curve the whole time. My body position has not changed. Inhale. Exhale. Arms still straight. Keep the tension on the legs. Press the thighs into your arms. Inhale back. Good. So now we'll add on that fun move, which is a double clap with the feet. Clap, clap. Inhale back. Exhale, forward, clap, clap. Inhale, back. How's your core? Is it holding the C curve the whole time? Inhale, exhale. This is the deep core, deep control that I was talking about. Making sure that you feel that wave lifting you, holding you together. Okay, 2 more. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Cool. Yay, that was seal. Get it? It's like a seal clapping. It's always an entertaining one. All right. So now the next level. You can continue seal, okay? You don't have to do this version. This one's called open leg rocker. And it's a bit of a hamstring stretch. So I'm going to show you a different variation. So you can start with the hands on the outsides of the legs and then have your legs in more of a tabletop position. Okay? And we're going to have that C curve, right? Because that's how we use our core. So this is the modified version of open leg rocker. All right? If you want to do the full version, you take one leg straight, you keep that arm, elbow nice and straight, and you have to plug the shoulder into the socket, like I've been saying, down and wide. Then we take the other arm, plug that shoulder down and wide. So this is open leg rocker. And then find your core, finding a little curl to north, nod the nose, pull the sternum back, take an inhale. I think I have room. You go back. Oh, it's a little too close. Let me move forward. Sometimes these moves, you never know how much space you got to take up. All right, so inhale back. Oh, exhale forward. See, it's hard to hold. Inhale back. Exhale forward. Oh, I had to bend. Inhale back. Exhale forward. Oh, that's a little better. Inhale back. Exhale forward. Have fun with it, okay? We're just rocking and rolling around. Inhale back. Exhale forward. Inhale back. Exhale forward. 2 more times. Inhale back. Exhale forward. This is so fun. 1 more time. Inhale back. And exhale forward. Awesome. It's always hard, I find, to keep those shoulders anchored, shoulder blades anchored. Something I need to work on more because I tend to elevate my shoulder blades. So shoulder blades down and wide is a really effective cue, especially if you have any issues going on in your shoulders, shoulder impingements, things like that. That's a really important thing to focus on. It's getting those shoulder blades down and wide. All right, we're going to move right in onto the belly, chest. Your hands right underneath your shoulders here. So start with your forehead on the floor. And you might want to cushion your head or place a little towel, a little rolled up towel or pillow. Okay, so the back of the neck is nice and long here. And find your pubic bone. Root your pubic bone straight down into the floor and feel your lower glute creases, the ones connecting the glutes to hamstrings. Feel those pressing down so you're really connecting into your low body. Remember that we live from the neck up, and in this class, I want you to focus on the neck down. So weight into the pelvis. Inhale, grow long through your spine. Exhale, start to bring the back of your head and your upper back together into a cobra. So the pubic bone hasn't changed, and I'm still keeping the creases, gluteal creases, weighted forward, down, and anchored. And my legs are active, gently engaging the inner thighs. Inhale, grow long. And exhale, come down with the spine. Okay, we'll do this with more of a sequential movement. So inhale, long spine first. Exhale, start from the back of your head like a marble is rolling down your back, and then to your upper back. And then see if you can come up a little bit more and bury the gluteal creases down. And I say that because it's not about your lower back, it's actually about your glutes. And then exhale to come down. Yeah, we're kind of maturing our cobra a little bit. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, draw the marble down your back from your head, neck, upper back, mid back to low back. Shoulder blades anchoring down and wide. And exhale to roll it down. Okay, now hands and release behind your low back. And we'll start with a single leg kick. So with the single leg kick, you're just taking one leg, doing the same movement. And we'll start with the left. Inhale, lift up from the back of your leg and really bury the pubic bone, gluteal creases down. Exhale, bend your knee, bring your heel towards your glute, and do a double pulse. In, reach it back, and lower down. Continue with the same side. Inhale, stretch from the back of your leg. Exhale, bend, bend. Inhale, stretch up from the thigh. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bend, bend. Inhale, back. Exhale, lower. Make sure your core is not dropping, or else you might be lifting too high. Inhale, lift. Use your core. Exhale, kick, kick. Inhale, stretch. And lower. Okay, then let's do the other side. Inhale, squeeze from the back of your right leg. Exhale, bend, bend. Inhale, stretch out through the front of the leg. Exhale, lower. Long spine first. Feel the abdominal wall pulling up from your pubic bone. Inhale, lift the right leg. Exhale, squeeze your back leg. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, lower. Find your abdominal wall. Inhale, lift. Exhale, kick, kick. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, lower. One more time. Inhale, lift. Stretch from the front of the leg. Exhale, kick, kick. Back of the leg working. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, lower. All right, now we'll just add a little bit of arm movement. So we first inhale to lift up the legs and the head, and then stretch the arms. Good. And then as you exhale, we're going to take the hands to the low back, one cheek down, bend both knees. Kick, kick, and then inhale, stretch. Again, lift the head, reach the hands back. Exhale, turn the other cheek down, kick both legs. Inhale, stretch from the front of your thighs out of your core. Exhale, turn the cheek, kick, kick. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, turn the cheek, kick, kick. Now really focus on the arms as you stretch the shoulders down. And then as you let the hands rest, the elbows rest. And inhale. So it's like kind of a nice little energy and then a release. If you can keep the feet together, that would be a nice challenge. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, kick, kick. Go 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale, kick, kick. 1 more time. Inhale. And exhale. Kick, kick. Good. Release. Feel free to shake and sway if you'd like. Okay. We're going to come onto our backs. And then we'll start by just releasing the hips a little more. So with this left leg, left hip, I'm going to let the knee open, the hip open, and then bring it in. Take it out. Keep the pelvis really anchored. For 4, for 3, 2, and 1. Now take the knee out and slide your leg forward. Spin the thigh to center and drag your heel. And I say drag because we're letting it be heavy. Inhale, open. Reach forward. Exhale, center and drag. Inhale. Exhale, spin to center and drag. One more time, inhale. All right, hold it in center. We'll do the right side. Open and close. Keep those hips nice and stable, shoulder blades down and wide. This class is fantastic for accessing the slow twitch muscles, the ones that are closer to the spine, the deeper muscles, the ones that we need for longevity of movement. This class is a great complement to any other high intensity format that you like. One more time. And then let's do the full version, hip release. So leg slide, take the knee out, slide forward, rotate to center, drag the heel out, and slide. Exhale, spin, and drag. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. And exhale. Okay, now we'll do a little knee fold action. Take your left knee over hip and your right knee over hip. And then take your legs into tabletop. Okay. We'll start with just going into knee folds. Tap one leg down. We did this earlier as one of the variations to the crisscross. Keeping the back of the leg a little more active by bringing awareness into how you're holding your leg. Okay, just an awareness of what working and activating in a more dynamic, full, comprehensive awareness. So for 4, we're going to go into single leg kicks. 3, 2, make sure that you've got your co-contraction going here on the abdominal wall. Hips don't move, right? All right, let's take the nose nod, inhale. Exhale, sink the sternum. Take the hands to your leg. Let's go with the left. And your outside arm is straight. Your inside arm is on the knee. Okay? Take the opposite leg forward. You've got this beautiful wave, right? This big curl happening. Inhale. And then we'll pump or pull the leg in and switch. Pull, pull. Inhale. Exhale, pull, pull. Inhale. Exhale, pull, pull. Inhale. Exhale, pull, pull. Inhale. Exhale, pull, pull. Pull, pull. Pull, pull. Pull, pull. Really focusing on stabilizing from the neck down, right? Being in a different part of the body. Finding deep awareness. 4, 4, 3, 3, 2, 2. Lift the shoulder blades a little more. And 1. Beautiful. Release it down. Again, if you want, you can do a little sway. Maybe the nose sways side to side. Deep inhale, expand down and wide your back ribs. Exhale, let it go. Just anything that you're holding on to, this is a great time to release it. Inhale, expand down and wide. Exhale. Inhale, expand down and wide your ribs. Exhale, let it go. All right, we're going to move on to the mat swan, okay? So turn it on to the front body here. Hands are going underneath the shoulders. So there's 2 variations of swan. And the first one is pretty much like doing cobra, essentially. And the second one is a little more of a rocking. So I'm going to just kind of move through both, and you decide which one you want to try. Okay. So remember the anchor points. We have our pubic bone. We're bearing the lower glute creases forward. This is so important to turn on the glutes, because this is a hip extension, right? So gluteals have to help you get into a hip extension. Otherwise, you're going to hurt your low back, and that is no bueno. So we want to really focus on working from the glutes, okay? All right. And then we inhale to grow long. Exhale, lift from the back of your head, back of the neck, back of the shoulders, mid-back. Okay, and then see if you can now add the legs. Squeezing from the back of your legs. Yeah, and then we exhale, bring it all down. So it's a really great way to work your back body, right? You've got to work against gravity. Inhale, long spine from the sacrum reaching back, the cranium reaching forward. Exhale, start to curl up, going all the way through your marble rolling down, and then your legs lifting up. Really good. Exhale, come on down from your core, holding you in. Okay, we'll do one more with this variation. Inhale first. Exhale, lift the back, body, and legs. Now stay there. Feel free to enjoy, and I'll show you the next variation, which is to rock. So you're going to release the hands and lift the legs, and then catch. So it's a little more fun. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Get those legs up. Inhale, exhale. Shoulder blades down and wide. Two more. Inhale, exhale. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Curl everything down. What a great way to strengthen the back body, the posterior chain of the body. You can stay right here and enjoy this nice prone position, or you can, if you need, you can come into a child's pose, but please avoid any rounding of your back. One more inhale. And slow exhale. All right, we're going to take the arms out like a T. Let's see, I have a little less space. I'm going to take mine into goalposts, but if you have the room, do a T. And we'll start with the left leg, going up and over the right leg, stacking the hips, and option to turn your gaze. So I'm stacking my hips, my chest is staying down, and this is a twist. Normally we do a twist on our back, but this is a twist on our chest. Inhale, create length from the front of your body. One more breath here. And then before going to the other side, take your hands and give yourself a little quad stretch. And you can do this with one leg if you prefer. You want to be able to get your knees together. All right, we'll do the other side. So your arms can be like a T. And then take your right leg over. And then your chest stays down. One more breath here. Inhale, nice and long from the front of your body. Exhale. Bring it all down. All right. Go ahead and Take your time, child's pose, just rest. You can keep your knees together. Keeping the knees together might feel really good if you want to release tension in your low back. If it feels a little crunched up or anything, you know, that might be a good option. Otherwise, take the knees apart and let your spine elongate. If you do have any tightness in your hips or glutes, really, and you're unable to bring your forehead to the mat, you can also take your forearms underneath your forehead, okay? You can also put a block under your forehead if you like. One more inhale here. And exhale through your mouth. Okay, go ahead and make your way up into tabletop position. We'll just finish with one thing before we are done. And this is going to be a little bit of a back bend. So if you're not feeling it, don't go too deep. So we're going to do tabletop position. We're taking the left arm up. So see, it's a little bit of a back bend. But again, if you're feeling like, you know, there's too much happening in the low back, then just don't go as far. And then just reach the arm back and forward. Big circle to finish. We're just getting our arm elongated, shoulder socket working. Okay, come on down. And then take the right arm up. Take a little back bend here, or a big one, just depending on how it feels. First, feel the stretch to the chest, and then circle back. And add the rotation of your arm that we worked on earlier, right? External rotation, internal rotation. One more time, rotate. And then come on down. All right, that was a good, nice little stretch. Sitting on your knees here, closing the eyes for a moment. Just take your hands to the heart, feeling from the neck down. Feel your heart. Feel your breath. Feel the space that your chest takes up when you inhale, when you puff up, and when you exhale, and you move the energy. One more time, inhale. Fill up from the heart down into the belly, down into the hips, and exhale. Awesome work today. Thank you for joining me for 60-minute mat Pilates. That's a whole hour just like that, gone, came and gone. All right, I will see you next time. All right, that was intermediate.